here in court today. I was right next to both families as we were walking outside of the courtroom here earlier this afternoon. That's loved ones for the defendant as well as the victim. Now, both sides kind of started just saying things to each other, and that led to a very brief scuffle where we saw dozens of sheriff deputies having to jump in here in the courthouse to separate the two families. Two people briefly detained there before it appears that they were both let go. But all of that happening right after a judge ruled that Montoya Perry will remain behind bars until trial. Prosecutors revealed an extensive criminal history for the 33-year-old woman accused of murdering an Uber Eats driver in Chicago this week. Montoya Perry has 8 previous felony convictions and was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
Yep, she did it. So what is there to debate? Why is the families beefing with each other? So the delivery driver's family is beefing, or they going back and forth with her family that's saying shit to the delivery driver's family. And the delivery driver is the one that got murdered. And this woman right here with the bad wig on already has 7, 8 felonies. Already has 7 or 8 felonies. And she was doing a carjacking and she killed the delivery driver. How many times have I told y'all that it's not safe to be a delivery driver in Chicago? Oh shit, it's gonna be 55 today. I'm about to go get the Challenger. I'm about to go get the Porsche. I'm literally going to get the Porsche the minute that I get up out of here. How many times have I, it's not even safe picking up women or delivering to women. It's not even safe to go and deliver food from Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats. It's not safe to deliver food to women. To women. Shout out to you, Spaces, in Chicago.
And was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
I'm pretty numb still. I mean, I can be angry, I can be hurt, but that's not going to bring my son back. I'm going to let justice take its place.
Prosecutors say 28-year-old Daniel Figueroa was dropping off food at Loretto Hospital around 2 in the morning when suddenly Perry and 2 other suspects allegedly got into his blue Dodge Caravan. That's when prosecutors say Figueroa ran to the van and grabbed the handle of a door, but was momentarily dragged as Perry sped off, eventually running over his body right outside the hospital. Prosecutors say a doctor at that hospital was supposed to receive the food, but became suspicious after not getting any updates. They say he then made his way outside, where Figueroa was found laying in a pool of blood and died shortly after. Figueroa's loved ones showing up to court today, emotional and hoping justice would be served.
It was important to be here.
So he hustling. I've talked to so many Uber drivers and delivery drivers, and you know, like for example, if you get something delivered at night, this was 2 in the morning, so this was even different, right? But if you get something delivered at night, or if you call an Uber at night, a lot of times they super skeptical. They on edge. They need the money, so they still out there trying to hustle and get their money up, but they super skeptical. There's Uber drivers that won't even do Uber past like 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. because they say it's too rowdy. Like you'll jump in their car and they'll be like, "Yep, you're my last ride," or whatever. And so now you ask questions. I'm naturally curious and I want to know stuff about it. I'm like, yeah, so you know, what's it like out here? Do people usually, you know, what's the average? And I'll ask questions. And they be real forthcoming. They like talking. They like tell you all of the different details and all of that stuff. And they tell you they do not go into certain areas, and they certainly don't drive past a certain time at night. Because the possibility of getting carjacked, the possibility of a nigga throwing up in your car, the possibility of all of this type of stuff. I had it on the TS Car Washing Details. I had it on the docket for yesterday, but we got caught up. But I plan on probably doing a little bit longer of a live stream today, since I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I don't have to live stream on Saturday, so we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You used to stop at 7:30, 8 p.m. with DoorDash. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you can't always go into the same areas because even the women, the dude was delivering food to a hospital. He should have never been in danger at all. How you in front of a hospital delivering food, somebody jump in your car, drag you and leave you in a pool of blood, and you die on the side of the road? I would be so disappointed. If the end of my life, if my life force is taken from me, from a bitch that got 2 piercings in her nose and a bad wig, and she's smiling on her mugshot. If the end of my life, if I do all of this shit in my life, and this is who take me out by dragging me in a fucking car, and I'm choking on my own blood as I die out outside of a hospital, boy, if that ain't crazy poetic justice, if that's not a bad joke to say that we living in a simulation, I don't know what is. I'm delivering my food to a doctor I'm delivering somebody's food to the doctor at a hospital, and I die outside in my own pool of blood. And the doctor that I was delivering it to discovers me outside of the van that I was driving that I got ran over from a bitch that's smiling on her mugshot. Me and God would have to have a conversation. Jesus, Peter, I got to talk to Jesus real quick. I didn't expect to be here this early. What you mean? Did you see what happened to me, dog? No. I was just talking to I was making sure that I was sending a comedian down to where he had to go. What happened? Bro, I'm up here trying to feed my family, trying to do what I got to do. Peter, did you see what happened? No, man. Listen, bro. I didn't see what happened because I was putting another strike on a comedian. Messing with kids, we don't mess with the kids, but we gonna get there. What happened, bro? Dog, I'm up here delivering food. All places, I'm going over to the hospital to deliver food. What you mean you was going to the hospital? I was delivering to a doctor. So how you end up here if you was delivering your food to the doctor? Let me tell you the whole story, Pete. Check it out, Pete. This black chick with 2 nose piercings come in. They take my, they try to get my stuff. I grab it. My coat gets caught on the door. This hoe. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to say hoe. I know we had to probably get nigga. You can't be saying this. If you want to get in, you're going to have to change your language. You can't keep calling them hoes. Well, in her case, she was, all right, I'm going to give you a pass that time. Tell me what else happened. Oh, she dragged me. The doctor that I'm delivering to find me in my own pool of blood, choking, and they couldn't do nothing to save me. Now I'm sitting up in here. Man, I had my whole life. I had good hair. To ask God. He gave me the good hair. He gave me the baby hairs. Natural. I get ran over by a chick with a wig on. I got the good hair. I'm young. I'm about my life. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going through it. My best days is ahead of me, dog. My best days is ahead of me. Show me your picture. Show me the picture of the chick that ran you over. Can I at least get a mansion? Can I at least get a mansion for this? Because I know I didn't deserve this. I know ain't nothing I did on this earth says that this is a valid thing for me to deal with. Ain't no way. I need to talk to somebody. Well, I can get you a mini mansion. No, let me talk to your supervisor. That's what I'm telling them. That's what I'm talking to Peter. When I talk to Peter, if this is my situation, I'm asking for a supervisor. Let me get your supervisor. Who ahead of you? Because I'll take it all the way up to Jesus if that's what we got to do. I'm not leaving here unless I get a better accommodation. I want an upgrade. If Jesus is not listening the way that let me talk to God. Let me talk to your father. I need to talk to your father because I'm not about to be sitting here dealing with this nonsense. You see this? Who else I got to talk to? I want to talk to the owner. I want to talk to the creator. I want to talk to the person that created the firmament between the heavens and the earth. Forget what you talking about, bro. Because I know what you did. Hold on. We're not gonna name call. We're not gonna name. What you mean? I know what you did, huh? Because you just been asleep at the wheel. I've been explaining it to you the whole time. So what you trying to say? All I'm saying is, if it's a lie, you wrote it. What you mean if it's a lie, you wrote it? Because you was asleep when you were supposed to be fasting in prayer with Jesus, and then they came to get him. So you make mistakes too. So all I'm saying is, if it's a problem, you know what I'm saying? I just want 2 eyes on this to make sure that we confirming that I'm getting more than a mini mansion. I seen what you did, so it's not like you perfect either. You know, you talking to me like it's my fault that I got ran over and put in my own blood. I'm telling you, bro. If I'm this man that got ran over by this woman, I'm pleading my case all day long, and I'm citing scripture. I'm like case law. Scripture is gonna be case law at the gates. I need to know what's happening. Either send me back down in a better body so I can live this thing out and I can prove, or give me the better mansion. I want to know. What's your decision? They gonna hit the trap door on me. Oh man, I gotta listen. That's improv stand-up coming to a theater near you. I don't want nobody stealing my jokes. Don't nobody try to take my stuff. Stop acting like you made up the jokes. I'm a better comedian than the comedian. Don't start stealing jokes. Stop acting like you made that joke up. No, don't steal my shit. I don't want to see no. If y'all ever see a comedian go on stage and start talking about arguing back and forth with Peter and negotiating, that's me. That's all Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Freestyle. That's all freestyle. Can I get my Netflix special and all? I know it's going to be better than half of that stuff that I've seen on, because I've seen some of these people Netflix special and they was bad. They were bad. I've seen these comedians Netflix specials and they can't even freestyle. My girlfriend in the chat. What's up, Kim? My girlfriend. I mean, Kimmy. She don't like to be called Kim. Don't call her Kim. She don't like that shit. She don't like that.
Previous felony convictions and was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
I'm pretty numb still. I mean, I can be angry, I can be hurt, but that's not going to bring my son back. I'm going to let justice take its place.
Prosecutors say 28-year-old Daniel Figueroa was dropping off food at Loretto Hospital around 2 in the morning when suddenly Perry and 2 other suspects allegedly got into his blue Dodge Caravan. That's when prosecutors say Figueroa ran to the van and grabbed the handle of a door, but was momentarily dragged as Perry sped off, eventually running over his body right outside the hospital. Prosecutors say a doctor at that hospital was supposed to receive the food, but became suspicious after not getting any updates. They say he then made his way outside, where Figueroa was found laying in a pool of blood and died shortly after. Figueroa's loved ones showing up to court today, emotional and hoping justice would be served.
It was important to be here just because Daniel didn't deserve this. You know, even though they have one person in custody, you know, we still need justice to be served.
I'm happy in my heart that she's being detained and that the case is moving forward. There's no doubt in our minds that she did it, and she did it with intent to hurt and left my son there to die.
I don't see Brandon Johnson coming out to speak on behalf of this person that got carjacked by this black woman.
Funeral services are now being planned for this weekend, while a GoFundMe has already raised more than $12,000 to help Figueroa's girlfriend and her young son, Dario. The family now just hanging on to the memories of Daniel's smile that they say always lit up every room.
I just pray with the help of the justice system and everyone involved that Daniel gets justice. My son deserves to live with his smile and continue to smile upon us all.
Now, Perry is due back in court on March 18th, and it's not clear at this time if CPD is arresting anyone else involved in this case.
I thought it was more than one person that was there. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Rest in peace to him. I hope that his family find peace, and I hope that she get locked up under the jail.